Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya and our preeminent Shiksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpataruvyacha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, we welcome all of you to our online weekly Krishna book classes. Thank you very much for joining. Here we have with us Antinita, Aja, Divina, Divya, Hari, Kamalanandini Mataji, Karuna, Lavina Dadlani, Manju Nihalani, N.C. Venkatchari. Then we have Priyanka Jha, Romi, Shailesh Latkar, Shivani, Shreya Kalaria, Shri Radhe Hari Devidasi Mataji, and we have Swapna Latkar and Meenakshi who has just joined us. Okay. So what did we see in the previous class? Where is Krishna now? Is he in front of the gopis or he has left?
No.
He has disappeared from the vision of the gopis, no? And then we saw how the gopis, along with Srimati Radharani, because initially he plays the flute, the gopis are attracted, so they leave whatever they are doing, they go to Krishna, and then Krishna tells them, "Why are you here in the middle of the night?" No? So it was like a test to see the determination of the gopis to remain with Krishna. But then the gopis, they show that they were determined and they are in no mood to go back to their homes. So then we saw the beginning of the rasa dance. But then the gopis felt proud and they thought that Krishna is giving them special attention. So then Krishna disappeared from their midst along with one particular gopi, and that gopi is Srimati Radharani. Of course, there are so many reasons we saw from the acharyas as to why Krishna left, and the pride of the gopis is transcendental, and so many other reasons we saw. But we cannot go into those details. We are only summarizing. So then when Krishna is with Srimati Radharani, after some time, even he leaves, no? And then the gopis come across Srimati Radharani, and then Srimati Radharani tells them what happened. And then Srimati Radharani, along with the other gopis, all of them are now searching for Krishna. So as they are searching for Krishna, they go deep and deep into the forest. They are following his footprints, no, under the moonlight. They are following his footprints and they are trying to search for Krishna. But there comes a point where the forest is completely dense. And because it's completely dense and completely dark, they cannot see the footprints anymore. So then they decide to come back to the banks of the river Yamuna. They sit down there and now they are singing songs of separation for Krishna. So this is what brings us to today's chapter, which is actually the Gopi Gita. So as we discussed in the Bhagavatam, there are different Gitas, and this is one of the Gitas in the Bhagavatam called as the Gopi Gita, or the songs of the gopis. So these songs the gopis are singing out of separation from Krishna. So as we know, the Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of the tree of Vedic knowledge, which means that if all the Vedic knowledge is compared to the tree, then the Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of that tree. No? So the tree has many parts, but the fruit, especially the ripened fruit, is the best part of that tree. So like that, Srimad Bhagavatam is the best part of all the Vedic literatures. Now, how many cantos we have in the Srimad Bhagavatam?
12 cantos.
12 cantos. Out of these 12 cantos, which is the canto which has the pastimes of Krishna in great detail?
10th.
The 10th canto, no? So out of the 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto is the highlight of the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. Now in the 10th canto, the five most important treasures is the five chapters which are describing the rasa dance, this particular section which we are dealing with, starting from chapter 29, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. These five chapters which describe the rasa leela are the more prominent jewels in that jewel box of the treasure house of Krishna Leelas. Now, out of these five chapters, this particular chapter of the Gopi Gita is the crown jewel of all the chapters. So this is a very, very nectarian, very, very sweet chapter where the gopis are expressing their heartfelt prayers to Krishna, and they're offering different prayers. In the Bhagavatam, if you see this chapter, there are 19 shlokas, 19 verses, and the gopis are crying out, and their prayer, they are coming up with different reasons, different arguments, different ways by which they are appealing to Krishna. Oh Krishna, please come back. No, so the bottom line of all these prayers is, oh Krishna, please come back. So let me share the screen. So as we said, chapter 31 of the Krishna book is titled Songs by the, oh God, one second.
Gopis.
Yes. There is an echo in your voice, Auntie. Okay. So chapter 31 of the Krishna book, Songs by the Gopis, or it's also called as Gopi Gita. So here you can see in this photo how they have come to the banks of the river Yamuna in that full moon night, and they are singing these songs. They have their instruments and all that, and therefore they are composing songs on the spot and appealing to Krishna to please come back. So before we can actually begin with this chapter, I wanted to glorify this chapter and also glorify the Gopis. So this is one personality who looked exactly like Krishna. Anybody knows who he is?
Uddhav.
Who?
Uddhav.
Uddhava. Yes, Uddhava. Very nice. So who is Uddhava?
Krishna's cousin
Best
or
friend.
friend.
Yes,
His
Krishna's
best friend.
cousin and very, very intimate friend. Very, very intimate friend of Krishna. And what is Uddhava doing here with the gopis? Anybody knows?
I think it's when Krishna sends Uddhav to Vrindavan, and he's in Dwarka that pass my message to gopis, and he has come there to um, ask gopis to forget Krishna.
Yes, not forget Krishna, but he tells the reason why he has not come back to Vrindavan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in the conversation he says just forget Krishna, and then gopis say we just have one mind, which we have given to Krishna. How we can give something like that.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, yes, as you said, Uddhava comes back with a message from Krishna to the gopis, and he delivers this message, and he also brings great joy to all the Vrajavasis. When he actually enters Vrindavan, he is all the gopis are shocked to see him because he looks exactly like Krishna. So when he goes to Vrindavan, he describes all the pastimes of Krishna, and like that, he brings great solace to all the Vrajavasis and especially to the gopis. So he stayed in Vrindavan for many, many months, and he dispelled the gopis' sorrow by talking about Krishna Leelas. So when Uddhava saw the kind of love and the kind of emotion the gopis have for Krishna, at that time he spoke this verse. He said, I repeatedly offer my respects to the dust from the feet of the women of Nanda Maharaj's cowherd village. When these gopis loudly chant the glories of Sri Krishna, the vibration purifies the three worlds. So see, Uddhava, he's offering respects to the dust from the feet of these gopis. And then he says that this Gopi Gita, the vibration of the Gopi Gita purifies the three worlds. So um, this is how elevated is this Gopi Gita, is this composition of the gopis. Then again from the same chapter, Uddhava says, the gopis of Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up. And they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna, which one should search for by Vedic knowledge. Oh, let me be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creeps, or herbs in Vrindavan, because the gopis trample them and bless them with the dust of their lotus feet. So he's glorifying the gopis by saying how they have given up everything, which is very difficult to give up. As we discussed 5,000 years ago, for a woman to leave her husband, to leave her children, and just rush to another person, even in today's age, it is not something that is socially acceptable, right? But this was 5,000 years ago. So for the gopis to forsake all those things for Krishna, it shows that how much devotion, how much love, and how much purity they have in their hearts for Krishna. So what is his prayer? He is saying that let me be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creepers or herbs in Vrindavan. He wants to be just a creeper or herb or bush in Vrindavan. Why? Because the gopis will step on these bushes and the herbs and the creepers, no? And therefore he's saying that by becoming this creeper, I will be able to get the dust of their lotus feet. So this is how he's praying, no, Uddhava. So I just put the first verse from Sanskrit, from the Srimad Bhagavatam here. There are 19. You can read it later. You can also hear it. Very, very nice. You can recite them every day. Some people memorize them and recite them as part of their daily sadhana also. There are many things you can do, but I have just put one here. See, what are the opening lines? The opening lines are Gopya Uchuhu. Now in Sanskrit, the word Uchuhu means plural. The word, it actually means said. But when many people are saying, when it is plural, it is Uchuhu. And when it is singular, when only one person is speaking, then the Sanskrit word for that is Uvacha. So you will see when one person speaks in the Bhagavatam verses or in the Bhagavad Gita, the word is Uvacha. So for example, Bhagavad Gita opening lines are Dhritarashtra Uvacha because the first verse is spoken by Dhritarashtra, no? So when one person speaks, the word is Uvacha, and when it is plural, many people are speaking, then it is Uchuhu. So this means that this entire section, all these verses are spoken by the gopis. But that doesn't mean that all these gopis are saying all these verses together in chorus. It's not a chorus. Each verse is spoken individually by a gopi, but it says Uchuhu, it says in plural because it is a collective appeal that one gopi is speaking that verse on behalf of all the gopis. It's a collective appeal of all the gopis. Therefore, the word Gopya Uchuhu, but each verse is spoken by each gopi. This is what our acharyas tell us. See, and apart from being the heartfelt appeal of the gopis, you will see that these are also these verses are very expert compositions, very expert poetic form by the gopis. So, which also goes to show that they are also very supremely intelligent, that they can compose such wonderful poetry on the spot. For example, this verse, we will see how it is poetic. See, this verse says, Gopya Uchuhu, Jayati Tedikam, Janma Navraja, Shrayata Indira, Shashvat Atrahi, Daita Drishyatam, Dikshu Tavakas, Tvai Drishta Savas, Tvam Vichinvate. No? So, like that, each of these verses is very poetic and with very expert composition. See here in the pulpit. Let's read the translation of this first. The gopis said, O beloved, your birth in the land of Vraja has made it exceedingly glorious, and thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. It is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us. The purport. Those who are familiar with the art of chanting Sanskrit verses will be able to appreciate the especially exquisite Sanskrit poetry of this chapter. Specifically, the poetic meter of the verses is extraordinarily beautiful, and also for the most part, in each line, the first and seventh syllables begin with the same consonant, as do the second syllables of all four lines. So, see, the first and seventh syllables begin with the same consonant in each line for most part of the Gopi Gita. There may be one or two places where you will find that it's not like that. Of course, again, for the sake of rhyming and all that. But for the most part of this Gopi Gita, the first and seventh syllables begin with the same consonant. Now, let's take this particular verse for example. No, so let's take the first line. Ja, ya, ti, te, di, kam, ja. So ja is the seventh, and it also begins. The first is also a ja, so it's the same. Then second line, shra ya ta in di ra sha. So again, both are beginning with sha. Then third line, da ye ta drish ya tam di. So again, first and seven is starting with the. Then twa ye drish. I'm sorry. tva, ye, drit, ta, sa, vas, tva. So again, both are beginning, the first and the seventh are beginning with tva. No? So you can see in each line, the first and seventh syllables begin with the same consonant. Then what else? As do the second syllables of all four lines. So what is the second syllables in the first line? Ya. And then in the second line, again, shra, ya. So ya is the second one. Third one, the, ye. So again, ya. And in the fourth line, twa, ye. So again, ye. So in the second syllables of all the four lines are the same. So look at that expert composition by the gopis. No? And they have done this on the spot. So this is the glorification of the gopis and also their Gopi Gita. Okay, now we will read from the Krishna book. One Gopi said, My dear Krishna, ever since you took your birth in this land of Rajabhumi, everything appears to be glorious. The land of Vrindavan has become glorious, and it is as if the goddess of fortune is personally always existing here. But it is only we who are very unhappy because we are searching for you, but cannot see you with our greatest effort. Our life is completely dependent upon you. Therefore, we request that you again come to us. So, one Gopi is saying, of course, representing all the Gopis, what is she saying? That this land of Rajabhumi is glorious. Why is this land glorious?
Because you have taken birth.
Because Krishna has taken birth in this particular land, therefore this land has become glorious. And because Krishna has taken birth in this land, who is permanently residing in this place?
Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune.
Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune. Why? Because because Krishna is the husband of the goddess of fortune. No, and the wife will always be beside the husband. That's the place, that is her place of permanent residence. See, Lakshmi Devi by nature, she's very chanchala. It's described that she will not stay in one place constantly. No, that's why money changes hands. And also, you can see sometimes very rich people, they are reduced to extreme poverty, or people who are living in extreme poverty, suddenly they may become very rich. Or maybe there is one generation who's very rich, but the next generation in the same family, maybe they are very, very poor. So Lakshmi keeps changing hands. No, she is not steady. She cannot remain steady in one place. But where her husband is there, where Narayan is there, where Krishna is there, there she is steady because she is serving the lotus feet of her husband. No, she resides in the heart of Narayan, but she voluntarily takes the position of serving the lotus feet of her husband. So there, that's the place where she is permanent. And because Krishna has appeared in Vrindavan, therefore everything is very, very fortunate. No, because she is the goddess of fortune. So therefore, in Vrindavan, everyone is very happy. Everyone is very, very fortunate. But still, oh Krishna, we are not happy. Why? Because, what do they say? Because
Our life
Searching for
is
you.
completely dependent upon you, no?
Because we are searching for you, but we cannot see you with our greatest effort. Our life is completely dependent upon you. Therefore, we request you that you again come to us. So, although they are saying Goddess of Fortune is permanently residing here, everyone is happy, but we are not happy because we are not able to see you. For the gopis, they know nothing other than Krishna. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. Another gopi said, My dear Krishna, you are the life and soul even of the lotus flower that grows on the water of lakes made transparent by the clear rains of autumn. Although the lotus flowers are so beautiful, without your glance they fade away. Similarly, without you, we are also dying. Actually, we are not your wives, but are your slaves. We never spent any money. You never spent any money for us. Yet we are simply attracted by your glance. Now, if we die without receiving your glance, you will be responsible for our deaths. Certainly, the killing of women is a great sin, and if you do not come to see us and we die, you will suffer the reactions of sin. So please come see us. Do not think that one can be killed only by certain weapons. We are being killed by your absence. you should consider how you are responsible for killing women. We are always grateful to you because you have protected us many times from the poisonous water of the Yamuna, from the serpent Kaliya, from Bakasura, from the anger of Indira and his torrents of rain, from the forest fire, and so many other incidents. You are the greatest and most powerful of all. It is wonderful for you to protect us from so many dangers, but we are surprised that you are neglecting us at this moment. So they begin by saying that you are the life and soul even of the lotus flower. So although these lotus flowers are very, very beautiful, especially in the autumn season, but still without Krishna, even they are fading away, the gopis are saying. So without Krishna, even these beautiful lotus flowers, even though it is the autumn season, they are fading away. Then they say you never spent any money for us. So why are they saying that you have never spent any money for us? See, when somebody renders a service, then we pay them a salary, right? If we have somebody working for us, then we have to pay them a salary. So they are rendering that service for us, not out of love, but because they want the money. But the gopis are saying, we are serving you out of love. We are not serving you because we are expecting something in return. We are expecting a payment. No, our love is selfless. We simply love you, therefore we render service to you. And how are they seeing themselves? They are saying that we are like your slaves. No, they are not seeing themselves as their wives. So they are saying that we are your slaves. Slaves means they are rendering service, and they do not receive any salary. So they are saying that we are your slaves. We are not your wives. We are your slaves, and we are rendering service to you out of love, out of affection. Then they are saying that we will die without receiving your glance, and killing of women is a great sin, and you will have to take the reaction of the sin. So they are saying that do not think that one can be killed only by certain weapons. By Krishna not appearing, there also Krishna is killing them by not appearing before them, the gopis are saying. Then the gopis are saying, actually, you have protected us so many times in the past. And then they mention all these times when Krishna has protected them. And they are saying that you have protected us so many times in the past. Now, why you are not protecting us? Now we are dying. Why don't you come and protect us? Just as how you have protected us in the past so many times, they are saying. Dear Krishna, dear friend, we know very well that you are not actually the son of the son of Mother Yashoda or the cowherd man Nanda Maharaj. You are the supreme personality of Godhead and the super soul of all living entities. You have, out of your own causeless mercy, appeared in this world, requested by Lord Brahma for the protection of the world. It is by your kindness only that you have appeared in the dynasty of Yadu. O best of the dynasty of Yadu, if anyone afraid of this materialistic way of life take shelter at your lotus feet, you never deny him protection. Your movements are sweet and you are independent, touching the goddess of fortune with one hand and in the other bearing a lotus flower. That is your extraordinary feature. Please, therefore, come before us and bless us with the lotus flower in your hand. So, is there something that you can spot that may appear like a contradiction from what we read previously in the previous paragraph and what we are reading in this paragraph? Can you see something? How did the gopis see themselves in relation to Krishna in the previous paragraph?
Madre, que,
Slave. As a slave.
perdón.
As a servant.
As a servant, no, as a slave, yes. So the gopis, previous paragraph we saw, they are seeing themselves as the slave of Krishna. And in this paragraph, how they are saying?
As a wife.
As a what? Auntie,
As
your
his wife.
voice, there is echo. You'll have to, I think, turn off one device because the sound from the other device is echoing in this device. I'm not able to understand what you're saying.
As Krishna's wife.
Seeing him as a supreme personality of Godhead, right?
Okay, but if one is a supreme personality of Godhead and one sees as a servant of God, that is fine. No. What is a contradiction?
Yeah, they are
Someone
comparing
that
as his wife,
expects
as
protection
Krishna's
from
wife.
Krishna.
Okay, too many voices at the same time. Let's go one by one. Aja first. What did he say?
They see themselves as devotees here.
As
Mm,
a friend,
as a friend, yes, as a friend. Where does it say?
they say, "Dear Krishna, dear friend." So, okay.
Yes, so here they are saying, Dear Krishna, dear friend. So previously they are saying that we are your servants, and now they are referring to Krishna as their friend. So why, how to understand this is because, again, coming back to the point that Krishna has two aspects. One is the opulence and one is the sweetness. Out of Vrindavan, Krishna's opulence is more prominent, but in Vrindavan, his sweetness completely overshadows his opulence. So, although the gopis here they say in their prayers that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, we are the servants, but still their love for Krishna is so great that they see his sweetness over and above his opulence. So they are saying here, Krishna, dear friend, we know very well that. So here they are saying that Krishna is their friend. Then they are saying that they also recognize that you are not actually the son of Mother Yashoda or the cowherd man Nanda Maharaj. You are the supreme personality of Godhead and the super soul of all living entities. So as and when it is required for their services, or in this case, or to enhance the leelas, then the gopis remember that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. No, Yogamaya lifts the curtain. She lifts and she puts the curtain back of the understanding that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So here the gopis, yes, they remember and they recognize that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. But still, again, we have to remember that for them, the sweetness of Krishna completely overshadows the opulence of Krishna. So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, he gave this example in one class. He explains how during the day the stars are present. No, the moon and the stars are there in the sky, but they are completely overshadowed by the sunlight. So they are there, but it's completely overshadowed by the sunlight. So similarly, the love of the gopis is so strong, like the sun, that it overshadows the opulence of Krishna. The sweetness is the more prominent feature in their consciousness. The gopis know, but that is not the most prominent thing in their consciousness. The sweetness of Krishna is the most prominent thing in their consciousness. Okay, then what do the gopis say? You have out of your own causes mercy appeared in this world requested by Lord Brahma for the protection of the world. So they are saying that your appearance itself is meant for protecting the whole world. That is the reason why you have appeared. So therefore, now please protect us also. You have appeared. The purpose of your appearance is to protect the whole world. So please also protect us. Okay, what name of Krishna means he is the best in the dynasty of Yadu? What name of Krishna means he is the best in the Yadu dynasty? Yadushreshta. Yadushreshta is one name which means he is the best of the Yadu dynasty, and also Yaduttama. Yaduttama means he is Yadu Uttama. He is the topmost person, so he is the best of the Yadu. So these are the two names of Krishna which means. Okay. Any other point here? Okay. Dear Krishna, you are the killer of all the fears of the inhabitants of Vrindavan. You are the supremely powerful hero, and we know that you can kill the unnecessary pride of your devotees, as well as the pride of women like us, simply by your beautiful smile. We are simply your maid servants and slaves. Please, therefore, accept us by showing us your beautiful lotus like face. So now they are saying, Krishna, you are a great hero. See, in the Kshatriyas, because they would protect everyone, they would fight wars, they would face so many dangers, they would not care so much for giving up their life in the battlefield. So they were always considered to be the heroes, no, because they have this heroic personality. So now they are saying, so they are referring to Krishna as the supremely powerful hero who can kill, just like how the Kshatriyas can kill. He can kill. And what can Krishna kill? The unnecessary pride of the devotees. So they are saying that, okay, you think that we are pride, you left us because we are, you think that we are proud, you left us because you think we are proud. All right, so you come and kill our pride, the gopis are saying. See, there is one. And how will Krishna kill that pride? Simply by his beautiful smile. Krishna doesn't have to put in effort, just by his smile. Then he can kill the pride in the devotees, the gopis are saying. See, there is this verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is quoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So this verse says, Madhuram Madhuram Vapurasya Vibhor Madhuram Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Madhugandhi Mridu Smitam Etadaho Madhuram 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 Madhuram. What does it mean? Oh my Lord, the transcendental body of Krishna is very sweet, and his face is even sweeter than his body. But his soft smile, which has the fragrance of honey, is sweeter still. So the body of Krishna is very, 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 very sweet. But the sweetest part of that body is his face. The face is even more sweeter. And in that face, his smile is the sweetest part of Krishna's body. So by just his smile, Krishna can kill the pride in his devotees, the gopis are saying. Okay, coming back to Krishna book. Dear Krishna, actually we have become very lusty, having been touched by your lotus feet. Your lotus feet certainly kill all kinds of sinful activities of devotees who have taken shelter there. You are so kind that even the ordinary animals take shelter under your lotus feet. Your lotus feet are also the residence of the goddess of fortune, yet you danced on the heads of the Kaliya serpent with them. Now we are requesting you to kindly place your lotus feet on our breasts and pacify our lusty desires to touch you. So previously the gopi said, okay, you think we are proud, so come and kill our pride with your smile. Now they are saying, okay, you think that we are lusty, then you come and remove our lust also. No? And then they are saying that you have given your mercy to even a demon like Kaliya, because Krishna danced on the hoods of Kaliya serpent. Of course, for Kaliya at that time, when Krishna was dancing, it was very painful for Kaliya, no? But eventually it was for his benefit. Eventually he was happy. Eventually Kaliya benefited because Krishna removed all the poison from him, no? Removed all the envy from Kaliya. So like that, the gopis are saying that you placed your lotus feet on the hoods of Kaliya also. So why don't you also place your lotus feet on us and give us the mercy? If you can do it to Kaliya, why not to us, they're saying. See, in the purport, 10:31:18, we read, according to the Acharyas, the Gopis repeatedly entreat Lord Krishna to place his lotus feet on their breasts. The Gopis are not victims of material lust, but rather they are absorbed in pure love of Godhead, and thus they want to serve Lord Krishna's lotus feet by offering their beautiful breasts to him. Materialistic persons who are victims of mundane sex desire will not be able to understand how these conjugal dealings take place on a pure spiritual platform, and that is the materialist's great misfortune. So if somebody is wondering why they are telling Krishna, place your feet on our breast, then this is how we understand from this purport. So it's not that they are lusty. The gopis are not victims of material lust, but they are absorbed in pure love of Godhead and thus want to serve Krishna's lotus feet by offering their beautiful breasts to him. So this is the mentality of the gopis. Yeah, Shreya, you have your hand raised?
Yes, Mataji. So how old are the gopis? Like Krishna is 8 years old, right? And I've heard somewhere that gopis were like, some were like 8, some were like 50. Is that true?
Yeah, they are of different age groups. They are because some of them are mothers, some of them already have children, remember? And some of them are married, some of them are unmarried. So there is no one age. There are different age groups of the gopis.
Yeah.
O Lord, your attractive eyes, like the lotus, are so nice and pleasing. Your sweet words are so fascinating that they please even the greatest scholars who also become attracted to you. We are also attracted by your speaking and by the beauty of your face and eyes. Please, therefore, satisfy us by your nectarian kisses. Dear Lord, words spoken by you or words describing your activities are full of nectar, and simply by speaking or hearing your words, one can be saved from the blazing fire of material existence. Even great demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are always engaged in chanting the glories of your words. They do so to eradicate the sinful activities of all living entities in the material world. If one simply tries to hear your transcendental words, he can very quickly be elevated to the platform of pious activities. For the Vaishnavas, your words give transcendental pleasure, and saintly persons who are engaged in distributing your transcendental message all over the world are first class charitable persons. This was confirmed by Rupa Goswami when he addressed Lord Chaitanya as the most munificent incarnation because he distributed the words of Krishna and love of Krishna free of charge all over the world. So now the gopis are talking about how they are attracted to the different features of Krishna. First, they say your eyes are very, very attractive. Then the sweet words are also very, very attractive. They are saying no. So Krishna's words are very attractive to the living entities, even when they are spoken not by Krishna but by his bona fide representative. If the not if, but of course, the bona fide representative will speak the words of Krishna as it is without adding or without subtracting. So then also that those words are equally attractive. When you hear directly, for example, when Arjuna heard the message of the Bhagavad Gita directly from Krishna, it was very, very attractive. But when we hear the same message of the Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide representative of Krishna, which is the bona fide spiritual master, then also those words are very, very attractive because they are Krishna's own words. The Bhagavad Gita, for example, is the words, the very words that came out of the lotus lips of Krishna. So how can those words not be attractive? Therefore, when Srila Prabhupada spoke this knowledge, when he went to the West and gave this knowledge, immediately he was able to attract so many conditioned souls. When he went to America, it was the hippie movement. They are all engaged in meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling. So, how did Krishna attract? How did Prabhupada attract them? Just by repeating what Krishna spoke. That's why Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is titled Bhagavad Gita as it is. No? So purity is the force. Actually, some of the other spiritual personalities in America advise Prabhupada that here if you give the knowledge as it is, everybody will run away because here in America, they are not going to understand such things. So you are going to have to change a little bit to adapt to the mindset that is here in America. But Prabhupada kept the knowledge as it is. And because he kept the knowledge pure without adding or subtracting, therefore that purity attract the fallen conditioned souls all over the world. So Srila Prabhupada himself said that he is the postman of Krishna. So what does a postman do? He delivers the letter without adding or subtracting anything from that letter, right? He just delivers the letter. So like that, Prabhupada just delivered Krishna's message without adding or subtracting. So the gopis are saying that who is the most munificent incarnation? Who is the most charitable incarnation? Who is the most merciful incarnation? Is
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Mahaprabhu.
Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Mahaprabhu himself. Why is he the most munificent incarnation? What did he give?
because he gave Krishna love and free of charge
Uh-huh.
for all over the world.
Yes, he gave Krishna's love all over the world. What he opened up for everyone, which was previously a secret in the Shastra, is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just by chanting this mantra, one can develop love for Krishna. And that mantra, previously only the qualified people would receive it, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened it up for everyone. So anyone and everyone, irrespective of time, place, and circumstances, can chant this Maha Mantra and attain love of God. So therefore, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is even more merciful than Krishna. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani, but the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is even more merciful than that of Krishna. Because when Krishna came on this planet 5,000 years ago, he had one condition. What did he say? First, surrender unto me. So Krishna had one condition. First, you surrender unto me. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had no conditions. He simply gave away the love of Godhead to everyone. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is even more merciful than even Krishna. And anyone who can give the message of Krishna, they are called as the first class charitable person. So there are many kinds of charities one can do, but the greatest charity that one can do is to distribute uh, Krishna's knowledge to others. No, in our bhakti life, see, when you have a sandwich is incomplete if you don't have something up and something down. A sandwich means you have two slices of bread and something in between, or two slices of anything, and you have something in between. But if you don't have the top layer and the bottom layer, then the sandwich is incomplete. So in our bhakti also, we have to have the bhakti sandwich. What is that bhakti sandwich? We should have someone above us whose instructions we are going to take seriously, whose guidance we are going to seek when we are in a confused state of mind. No, some higher authority we should have in our life, whose instructions we take, from whom we are willing to learn, from whom we are ready to take the subordinate position because we are accepting them as the top layer of our bhakti sandwich, no, a higher authority. And then we also have to have the lower layer, which is we should, whatever we are learning from the higher authority, we should give to the others. No, repeat the knowledge, give this knowledge to the others. So therefore your bhakti sandwich is incomplete if you don't have that higher authority, and if you don't have that at least someone below you whom you are trying to cultivate, whom you are trying to help, whom you are trying to bring to Krishna consciousness, to whom you are repeating the message of Krishna. So this is your bhakti sandwich. It's very important that each one of us has our bhakti sandwich complete. Okay, coming back to Krishna book. Dear Krishna, the gopis continued, you are very cunning. You can imagine how much we are distressed simply by remembering your cunning smile, your pleasing glance, your walking with us in the forest of Vrindavan, and your auspicious meditations. Your talks with us in lonely places were heartwarming. Now we are all aggrieved to remember your behavior. Please save us. Dear Krishna, certainly you know how much we are saddened when you go out of Vrindavan village to tend the cows in the forest. How we are afflicted simply to think that your soft lotus feet are being pricked by the dry grass and the tiny stones in the forest. We are so attached to you that we always think simply of your lotus feet. So here the gopis are using stronger word. They are calling Krishna cunning. Why they are calling Krishna cunning is because they are saying that because Krishna started the rasa dance with them, no, and just when they were getting into that ecstasy and that going deep into this rasa lila, rasa dance, Krishna disappeared. So they are saying that Krishna, you are very cunning. No, you called us, you started the rasa dance, and then you disappear. So they are saying that Krishna, you are very cunning. But at the end of every shloka, the appeal is the same. Oh Krishna, please come back. No, for this reason, oh Krishna, please come back. Like that. So they are presenting different arguments, different reasons. And at the end, the bottom line is the same. Oh Krishna, please come back to us. O Krishna, when you return from the pasturing ground with the animals, we see your face covered by your curly hair and dusted by the hoof dust of the cows. We see your mildly smiling face, and our desire to enjoy you increases. O dear Krishna, you are the supreme lover, and you always give shelter to surrendered souls. You fulfill everyone's desire. Your lotus feet are worshipped even by Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe. On whoever worships your lotus feet, you, without a doubt, always bestow your benedictions. So kindly be pleased with us and keep your lotus feet on our breasts and thus relieve our present distresses. Dear Krishna, we are seeking your kisses, which you offer even to your flute. The vibration of your flute enchants the whole world and our hearts too. Kindly therefore return and kiss us with your mouth of nectar. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 31st chapter of Krishna, songs by the Gopis. So here they are again appealing to Krishna, that Krishna, you are giving. So first of all, they are saying that you take the cows for pasturing, and by the time you come back, your body, your face is covered by the dust of Vrindavan. But even though Krishna's face or body may be covered with the dust, still Krishna is so beautiful that even with the body covered with dust, Krishna is most beautiful. No, the dust on the face, on the body does not decrease the beauty of Krishna. So they are glorifying his beauty, and then they say that how Krishna is giving benedictions, how Krishna even kisses the flute, because when Krishna plays the flute, his lips are in contact with the flute. So Krishna, you are giving mercy to the animals. Krishna, you are giving mercy to Kaliya. Krishna, you are giving mercy to the flute. Why are you not giving us mercy? Please give us also your mercy. Oh Krishna, please come back. So on that note, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna, we come to the end of today's presentation. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Do we have any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Mataji, earlier you said about two names. You said two names of Krishna. What were those names?
The two names that mean that Krishna is the best of the Yadu dynasty is Yadu Shrestha and Yadu Tama.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
You're welcome.
Mataji, you said about the friend thing, right? First they say servant and then friend, that they are their servants. So it's mentioned that it's because they are in Vrindavan. That's why they consider it as a friend, because of the sweetness overpowers the
Yeah,
other.
because they are recognizing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They know that Krishna has come because Brahma prayed for him to come. No, so they know those things, but that is not the most prominent aspect on their mind. That is not the prominent thing in their consciousness. The prominent thing in their consciousness is the sweetness of Krishna. So they are referring to Krishna as the friend.
Mm.
Okay,
Uh,
what else?
yeah, I have one point. Can you take in the Sanskrit shloka you're explaining about the single and plural form, right? Can you just repeat one more time that part?
Okay,
That
so the
words.
Sanskrit word for speaking, spoke. If so and so spoke, if it's singular, then the Sanskrit word is uvacha. But when many people are
Okay.
speaking, then the Sanskrit word is uchuhu, that is plural. Uvacha is singular, uchuhu is plural. So when the
Thank you.
Gopi, if you see the first line of this Gopi Gita, the Sanskrit verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is Gopya Uchuhu, which means the Gopis are speaking. So, but that doesn't mean that all the Gopis together in chorus, they are singing this Gopi Gita. One Gopi at a time is saying one shloka, another Gopi at a time is saying another shloka. So if only one Gopi is speaking that shloka, why is it Uchuhu? Why is it plural? Is because that one Gopi's thoughts, whatever she's expressing, is actually the collective thought of all the Gopis together. That's why it says Uchuhu and not Uvacha.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else before I make an important announcement? Any other questions? Okay. So next week in our Krishna book class, if Krishna so sanctions, we will have the association of His Grace Prabhu Nirantara Dasa. He is a direct disciple of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, and he will be giving the class next week. So because of the time difference, because when it's 9:30 p.m. in India, it was going to be 8 a.m. for him. He resides in LA. So he said he cannot make it before 8 a.m. So therefore, I said 9:30, if we start the class, it will be too late for those who are in India to attend this class. Therefore, he told me that he will send a recording of the class, but he will join us live for the question and answers. So what we will do is we will start the class half an hour late. So the next class will be at 8 p.m. India time and 11:30 a.m. Chile time. For those in other time zones, please check your timing. But it's going to be 30 minutes later than our normal timing. Okay. So what we will do is then we will play the recording of the class that he has already recorded. He said he'll send it to me by Tuesday. So I will play that recording. We will watch the recording together, hear the class, and then he will join us live for the question and answers at 8 a.m. LA time and 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So before he comes, we will finish watching the class and we will finish our exam, and we will wait for him for the question and answers. So I would recommend that as you're watching the class, you have a paper and pen with you and you write down the questions. Because as we hear, we may have a question in our mind, and by the end of the class, we may forget the question. So I would recommend you have a paper and pen, and as you are listening to the class, if you have any question in your mind, write it down immediately. And then when he appears live on our Zoom, then you can ask him the questions and he will answer for us. Okay, so please make sure you do attend the next class and don't be late. And definitely when he's live, please be there. Prabhu Nirantara, he is my Shiksha Guru back from 2003. No, when I came to Chile from India in 2003, he had traveled to Chile, and that time he started to preach. And then we started to exchange many mails. In my inbox, I have like 3,000 emails from him because I get a lot of doubts and questions. Even today, when I have doubts, he is my go-to person. If I have any Shastric questions, I ask him, and then he replies. So his classes are very, very nectarian, and he will also be singing a song for us in the Zoom, which is a very, very beautiful composition also. You will know when you hear it. It's my favorite song actually. So my request is please do attend the next class half an hour late, and make sure you write down your questions in the sheet of paper, because then you will ask him your questions when he comes. No, not that he's coming for question answers and then nobody has any questions. Please, please do make sure you write down your questions and you ask him your questions.
Mataji, if you can share one of his lectures with us in the group.
Yeah, I'll share his YouTube channel. All his lectures are there. So I'll share his YouTube channel. You can hear whichever lecture you feel inspired to hear. Okay, are we ready for the exam?
Oh, one small thing. You told about Uchugu, right? How you spell that word actually?
Uchuhu,
Uchugu.
Uchuhu, Uchuhu,
Uchugu. Okay.
Uchuhu.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mataji, is he the same Maharaj who came in our Bhagavad Gita class too? Right?
Yes, he's the same person. Yes. Okay, so the link for your exam is in your chat.